And a very warm welcome to today's episode of Wellbeing Wisdom. Really glad you could join me. The good news is the temperature has risen dramatically. It's just below freezing. But we've had a winter snow warning, which should arrive later today. But it's a fantastic morning. And if you're really curious, well, we're waiting for a very severe drop in temperature in the next few days. Great fun. And that leads me to talk about the weather. I wonder how much you feel that you're influenced by the weather. I have some wonderful friends from Greece who speak about the unique quality of the light in the islands in all different parts of Greece. I said, what is it that makes the place so extraordinary? Yeah, it's the light. It's just something that puts a smile on your face and a warmth in your heart. And I think there may be something to this because I grew up in a fairly cold, dark, grey part of the world where there was a lot of cloud cover, frequent rain, and not a lot of sunshine. But what I realized from an early age is that even though there was a lot of cloud cover, the sun still had to be there, somewhere above the dense cloud base. And it was just a simple insight that perhaps a child would have in innocence, that what you see is not always a representation of the greater picture, and that no matter how dark and grey or rainy it was, the sun was always shining above the clouds. With a little bit of practice and a little bit of mindfulness, we can move our attention away from the immediacy of the weather, especially when it's cold, dark and grey, and remember that the sun is still shining, that its brightness is available, perhaps symbolically, perhaps metaphorically. But once you open your mind to the concept that the sun is still shining, we can acquire that optimism, that wonderful warm feeling that my Greek friends speak about when they're in the Cyclades or visiting some of those beautiful places in the Aegean. We don't have to be there to enjoy the benefits of warm sunshine. I know it sounds like a contradiction. I'm sitting here in sub-zero temperatures. The sun is shining. But when I imagine the warmth of the sun, and close my eyes and I can feel a warm breeze on my skin, I'm using my imagination. But to be fair, guys, pretty much everything that we experience is filtered through our imagination. The mind plays an extraordinarily influential role in interpreting the world. We've spoken before about latest research suggesting that we're not really perceiving anything, we are projecting, constantly projecting onto the blank canvas of consciousness. But if we know that our imagination is playing a major role in how we interpret reality, then we can use this insight to understand that every day can be a sunny day. We just tune our hearts and our minds to the warmth and light of the sunshine, and it raises our spirits. It brightens the day. And I think it's a wonderful thing to remember because life is such a precious experience that I would prefer that the weather does not determine how you feel during each moment of each day. It just takes a moment to stop, to breathe, to relax, and to remember that above the cloud cover, the sun is shining. There is a wonderful sutra, the Diamond Sutra, that speaks of the fact that the cloud does not make the sun disappear. It may obscure it, but it's always shining. Of course, in the Diamond Sutra, the cloud is fear that obscures the truth and reality of the light of pure wisdom. It's a beautiful piece of poetry. But it's also a reminder that the cloud may obscure the light, but the light is still there. Let me know what you think. It's always fun to have feedback. I'm really enjoying these just sub-zero temperatures. It's much more comfortable out here. I'll be going for a walk in the snow a little bit later. You're always welcome to share your thoughts and feelings. And I just want to thank you for joining me today. And I'll be back with you again very soon.